Hey, how's it going, guys? It's your boy Rickythekilla here with a new video. And this week, we're going to be looking at week 2 of the NFL football schedule. Last week, as you guys can see, finished 8-8. So, not too good, not too bad, right in the middle. So, it is what it is. A lot of crazy games, a lot of stuff happened. Um, so, let's just jump into it. So, of course, Cowboys last week, they did lose. It was expected. I said it in the video, of course, that they were going up against Tampa Bay Brady. It was gonna be a pretty hard game. It was also Dak's first game back. Been in a while since like week 5, I think, of last year. So it makes sense. He hasn't been playing. He hasn't played a game in a long time. And the fact, of course, that we were going up against the reigning Super Bowl champs. So they did amazing. I mean, we can clearly see that Dak is back. He played out of his mind. To be honest, if we had a different kicker, we more than likely would have won that game because we lost it by like 2 points, I believe. And it was just one of those games where special teams, would have played a big factor in scoring more points, and we're just gonna have to make it up next time. So, um, what other game was pretty cool? We also had the I saw the Chiefs game with the Browns. That was a pretty pretty good game. Pretty close game too. I mean, I thought Kansas City was playing pretty bad like the first half, and the second half they just came back and they stayed in it. And even though Baker Mayfield was playing out of his mind as well, it was just one of those things where you don't bet against Patrick Mahomes too often. So good thing I didn't. So I went ahead and got the W on that one. So. But didn't see too many of the other games. I did see some highlights, of course. We got the Saints. They beat the Packers. That was a pretty good game. It was a crazy game. Packers only scoring 3 points. Aaron Rodgers didn't look that good in that game. He's looking kind of old. I don't know. Like if you compare him to Tom Brady, which is older, is like it shows that. I mean, it's the opposite. Like Tom Brady's older and he's playing better than Aaron Rodgers in the Packers. So we're just gonna have to see how that plays out during the season. But let's get started with week 2, okay? So I am gonna take the loss on the New York Giants and the Washington game. I'm filming this Sunday morning, pretty early in the morning, and I completely forgot about that game. So, uh, yeah, I'm just gonna take the loss on that one, regardless of what I would have picked. It was a crazy game. It's kind of crazy that it came down to the last second. He had 2 field goals tries, basically because of that offsides. But it is what it is. I'm gonna take the loss on that one. All right, so. All right. With that being said, let's go and start it off with this week's picks. We got New Orleans versus Carolina. That's gonna be a pretty good game. We have Jameis Winston coming off that phenomenal game. So against Carolina, I'm gonna have to give it to Jameis Winston on this one again. Let's see if he can go back to back. The Saints. We got Cincinnati versus Chicago. That one, not too crazy going on as well. On that one, just looking at the 2 teams, I'm gonna go ahead and pick Chicago on this one. Let's see if they can turn it around and see if they can get the win. All right, next we got Houston versus Cleveland. This one, I'm gonna have to give it Baker Mayfield. I think after that week 1 against Patrick Mahomes, he's just gonna be re-energized, and he's gonna have more of a drive. I mean, he's really good. I do believe in Baker Mayfield, so let's go ahead and give Cleveland the win on this one. And next we got the Rams versus the Colts. This was gonna be a pretty good game as well. The Rams versus the Colts. I'm gonna have to give it to the Rams on this one. Felt like they had a pretty good game last week, so let's see if they can continue it as well. All right, next we got the Broncos versus Jacksonville. This game right here, another one of those games that I'm probably not gonna pay too much attention to, but I know Jacksonville. I picked them to win last week, and I'm gonna pick them to win again this week. Let's see if the Trevor Lawrence era is gonna start, and let's see if he can pull them through to a win. We got Buffalo versus Miami. This one I think is gonna be pretty much one-sided. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a Buffalo. They did let me down last week when they lost against the Steelers, but let's see if they can turn it around this week and get them going. Okay, now we got New England versus the Jets. This one right here, not too crazy. I'm gonna have to give it to the New England. Of course, Bill Belichick. He did go in and lose that first game, but they're gonna turn it around. Bill Belichick is still Hall of Fame coach, so let's see what he can do for week 2. All right, continuing on, we got San Francisco versus Philadelphia. This one right here, to be honest, I could care less. I don't like either one of those teams, of course, being a Cowboys fan, but they were pretty good games. Philadelphia really stunned me last week. They did pretty good, and Jimmy Garoppolo over here at San Francisco, he's gonna have to play good. So if I had to pick out of these two teams, I'm gonna go ahead and pick San Francisco. Let's get them. Let's hope they get the win and improve my record. Next, we got the Raiders versus the Steelers. This one right here, after last week's games, I'm gonna have to give it to the Steelers on this one. I chose Bills versus the Steelers. I chose the Bills to win that one, and Big Ben just showed up and played amazing. I also chose Ravens to beat Raiders, and they lost, So I also picked against the Raiders last week, and they won. So it's kind of 50-50, but I did see the game, and it was a crazy game on Monday Night Football last week. But it was a crazy game on Monday Night Football last week, and to be honest, they were kind of sloppy, and I thought Lamar Jackson didn't play as good as he's played in the past. So between Derek Carr and Big Ben, I'm gonna have to give it to Big Ben, and let's see if Pittsburgh can keep it going 2 weeks in a row. Alrighty, to continue, we got the Vikings versus the Cardinals. This one right here, they did give me the win last week, Cardinals and Kyler Murray, so I'm going to have to pick them again this week. You guys heard last week, of course, Kyler Murray is one of my favorite players because the fact that he is in Face Clan. Face Clan, of course, the gaming organization on YouTube, so I'm going to have to keep picking him until he gives me a reason not to. So the Cardinals are going to win that one. Now we got the Falcons versus the Bucks. I'm gonna have to give it to the Bucks on this one, just because of Tom Brady. But he did beat the Cowboys last week, regardless of whether it was just because of a couple missed field goals. But regardless, they got the W. They're gonna be rolling high, and they're gonna go in there and beat the Falcons and get another W. So let's see what Tom Brady can do. Alrighty, this game right here. This is basically one of the games that I'm going to be paying the most attention to. Of course, being a Cowboys fan, is one of the. It's going to be I'm gonna make sure that's one of the games I watch, regardless of the other games. But of course, I'm not going to pick against my Cowboys. They're going to win. They should have won last week if it wasn't They should have won last week if it wasn't from Zerline missing all those field goals. Freaking makes the hard ones, misses the easy ones, dude. It's crazy. Let's see if they can bounce back from that loss last week. Dak is back. Zeke did not have good production. Of course, he didn't have that crazy touches with Dak's 58 attempted throws, but they were playing against Tampa Bay there, and they do have a pretty good run defense, so that was to be expected. I did foresee that Dak had to beat him in the air, And technically, stats show that yeah, he did beat out through Tom Brady. So we should have won that game. It is what it is. Let's look at week 2 now, and I'm gonna pick him for week 2 again. Let's go Cowboys. So last couple games here in last couple Sunday games here, we got the Titans versus Seattle. This one right here is gonna be a pretty good game to watch. Actually, we got Derrick Henry on one side, we got Russell Wilson on the other side, and it's just it's gonna be a game of the defenses. The defenses has to show up, see if they can stop Seattle, and Seattle has to show up and see if they can stop Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry didn't do too crazy on week 1, but Russell Wilson did. So we're gonna have to see how the matchup goes. I'm gonna go ahead and pick Seattle on this one. I'm gonna foresee that Russell Wilson is just gonna have a really good game. And to close it off on the Sunday games, we got Kansas City versus Baltimore. This is gonna be a really good game. Let's see if Lamar Jackson can bounce back from last week. And even though he did have a good game as far as like fantasy, if you want to look at fantasy stats, he did score like 22 points or something like that. So he did have 20 plus, but he had 2 fumbles. Man, it was just a sloppy game. And of course, we got Patrick Mahomes coming off that win from last week against Baker Mayfield. So it's gonna be a really close one. It's gonna be a battle of the defenses again. They do have to stop Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill went off last week. Man, he got me a lot of fantasy points, and they're gonna have to stop Lamar Jackson on the other side of the ball. So I'm gonna have to give it to Kansas City. Kansas City is gonna pull through and win again. But pretty good game. We're gonna have to wait and see what happens there. And now we got the last game of week 2. We got Monday Night Football. We have Detroit versus the Packers. Usually I would pick the Packers here, just because of Aaron Rodgers, him being who he is, an MVP, how he's played in the past. But seeing that game last week versus Jameis Winston and the Saints, it was pretty awful, and kind of begs the question if he's just throwing a season or something. Not gonna accuse him of doing it or not, but just begs the question. And but I do believe Detroit is gonna win this one again. He's going to they're gonna go in there and beat a defeated Packers team from last week. So they could bounce back, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. But yeah, I'm gonna give it to the Lions there. And with that, guys, we are done. Week 2 about to go underway. Let's see what's in store for us today and tomorrow, Sunday and Monday, and we'll wait and see for next week. If you guys do enjoy these videos, please let me know down in the comments below, and also do leave a like if you guys haven't already. Currently at 32 subscribers. Would like it to make it 50 here pretty soon. So if you guys want to tell somebody that, hey, I do make Call of Duty videos, and I also make football videos as well, let them know. Send them our way. Hopefully we can get them to join the family here. So now I am gonna make these videos. Don't want to make them too long, so I'm not gonna go over too many of the highlights. And like I did last week, I'm just gonna go ahead and go in there, look at the teams, see who's gonna win. All we care about is that record on top right there that shows what we're gonna end up with. Currently 8-8, so we can still go positive. So let's see what week 2 is gonna bring us. Thank you so much again for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.